mind. Now then, if you ask the question, is there really a mind? Yes. Ayurveda does talk about the body and mind as one continuum. There is a very beautiful metaphor in our classical texts which compares the body and mind as the vessel and the ghee ghee which is poured into the vessel. So imagine you have an iron vessel and then you pour ghee into the vessel. If you pour heated ghee into the vessel gets heated. Or if you pour cold ghee into a heated vessel, then also the ghee also gets heated. Now this was one of the ways in which they tried to show that the body and mind make one continuum. When we talk about the body and mind, it's almost we are looking at things that are same. It's just one thing but still appear different. And they have not really drawn clear conclusions on where they are different, because we are dealing with one continuum. It's like heat and cold. Heat and cold is one continuum. You cannot say at this point this is hot, this is cold. It's very relative. At any point, it's colder or hotter than some other point in that continuum. So when we look at the body and mind, we are dealing with a continuum that keeps influencing every other point on that continuum. This is what is interesting when we look at mind and body in the Ayurvedic perspective. We are not looking at two distinct entities. This is what I want to highlight. It's like we are dealing with a continuum, and on that continuum, on every point, you can see that it is influenced by the rest of that continuum. And on one side we say now this is body, and as we go to the other side we say it is more of mind now. But the fact is that it's always body and mind together. So this is the viewpoint with which Ayurveda looks at the human body. So the real distinction is always between what is self and non-self, not between what is body and mind. That was never a problem in the tradition of Ayurveda. We never had to worry about is the body different from the mind or the mind is. This was being the biggest preoccupation in the West. In the Cartesian tradition, we have the split between the body and the mind, which created this dichotomy, this modern thinking of separating the mind from the body and ultimately reducing the mind as an epiphenomenon of the body. That is the dominant worldview. We have a mind because there is some chemistry in the brain. And if there is no chemistry in the brain, there is no mind. But in the Ayurvedic tradition, we felt the body and mind are one. And the whole distinction is mind versus the self. And that is the reason why in our tradition we did not have psychology. Rather, we had the knowledge dealing with the self. So we say that the body is actually only expressing your mind. So this is today we call as body language, we call this as constitution. It's every physical expression of yours is rooted in the mind. And this viewpoint actually helped or led Ayurveda to come with a very fundamental conclusion in the context of healing, that all diseases actually originate in the mind, and that ultimate healing means healing at the level of the mind. Because when you heal the mind, the body also is healed. You can influence, so they worked around the relationship between the mind-body continuum. Where should we actually work? Should we work on the body to control the mind? Or should we work on the mind to control the body? Or should we work on both? And the ultimate conclusion was that in the ultimate analysis, it is the mind that actually matters.